Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 2, Chapter 40. Unfurl it on your consciousness. At Prashanti Nilayam, every day is a festival day. Every day is a holy day. As the saying goes, it is perpetual joy, perpetually green. Nitya Kalayanam Pachatoranam. Following the customary habits of people, feeling that the external signs of auspiciousness have their own value in educating and sublimating the inner emotions, the festival of 9 holy nights, Navaratri, is celebrated here also. For that reason, you need not wait for Navaratri here or at home to install Durga or Saraswati in your heart. The day you feel the urge, that day is the auspicious day. Do not delay or postpone. I have been saying more or less the same things every time the flag is hoisted on this Nilayam. But just as you have to eat the same items of food every day, just as you have to wash your face every now and then, the washed face being washed again, so the spoken message has to be spoken again and again. This is needed for those who have heard it from me already. It is even more needed by those who have come for the first time. This Nilayam, abode, is Prashanti Nilayam, abode of tranquility. It is the abode of the highest form of peace, Shanti, absolute peace, Prashanti. In fact, you are, each one of you, the abode of tranquility. That is why I very often address you as embodiments of peace, Shanti Swarupalara. My object is to remind you that your real nature is Shanti, equanimity, peace, unruffledness, non-attachment. You cannot draw out from within you that which is not there, is it not? Therefore, Shanti must be there deep down as the very core of your being. It is the ripeness of the fruit, the sweetness filling the ripened fruit. Peace is an ennobling, elevating experience. Peace is not just an external polish which can be put on or brushed off. It is not the same as fortitude like that which young Yudhishthira had when he bore without a tear or a gasp the 100 blows with a cane administered to test his stamina. It is not the resignation that comes of frustrated ambition or satisfied desire. It is an ennobling, elevating experience which comes when one attains merger with the very source of one's being. It is the stilling of the waves, the calming of mental activities and agitations. Everyone who has attained it has hoisted the Prashanti flag. In fact, each one of you should strive to unfurl it on your own hearts. You must all become an army of virtuous, dharmic workers, equipped with the weapons of truth, righteousness, peace and love, Satya, Dharma, Shanti and Prema, to revive humanity and rid it of all the ills with which it is now stricken. Concrete representation of the symbol on flag. I have told you often that this flag hoisting is not a mere formality. It is a meaningful rite in the inauguration and training of that army. I never do any act devoid of significance or speak a word devoid of purpose. The symbol on the flag is also full of significance. This Prashanti Nilayam has no compound wall, as you have noticed. It is as it should be. People can come to the Lord from any direction without let or hindrance. But we have gates. The people who walk along that road, which takes a turn when it approaches the Nilayam, are, like all else, burdened with inherited impulses and earned dents and bends in their personality makeup. They are moved on by desire and urged by the six-thonged whip of passion. They enter the gate only when they are no longer overwhelmed by quality of inertia and indolence, tamoguna, that is, when they have the curtain of delusion drawn aside a little. From there they move on toward the Nilayam and pass through that second gate, where they are attracted by the imposing building, the portico, the statue in front, all appealing to the comparatively superior quality of passionate activity, Rajoguna. Even this falls off when they enter the hall, where quality of serenity and poise, Sattvaguna, overpowers the mind. What with the pictures, images, and bhajans, the chanting of the Lord's name, etc. The circle in front of the Nilayam is a concrete representation of the symbol on the flag. You should all be told about this, and you should in turn educate others about it. The first circle within the brick outline is, as you can see, strewn with sand. That is desire, kama, mere wasteland where nothing can grow, from which no sustenance can be procured. The next one is the circle of anger, krodha, enemy number 2 of man. It is represented here as a hardy tuber plant with many leaves, which, though cut often beyond recognition, sprouts at the next fall of rain. Anger is like that. You feel you have uprooted it, but let your pride be injured or your wish opposed, and it sprouts again. Its roots are tentacles difficult to escape from. Every 90-day festival, Navaratri, the thousands of devotees who walk about here trample the plants and leave no trace. But when the birthday festival comes a month or two later, the sprouts come again and grow into a sizable height. That is the way anger grips a man. It grows into hatred and vengeance. The 2 red steps that you see as the next 2 concrete circles. When someone stands across your path, you hate him. When someone refuses to be your accomplice, you hate him. Acts of commission as well as omission cause hatred. That is why we have 2 steps here. Make the symbol alive in your consciousness. Crossing the sands of greed and lust, the vials of anger, climbing the heights of hatred and vengefulness, the spiritual aspirant comes to the green meadow of love, prema. You can see that circle of broad green grass, attractively embellished with good thoughts and virtues, which refresh and satisfy. Beyond that, we have the broad expanse of quiet, shanti, where all agitations cease and the mind is at rest in its own silence. Now is the chance. Establish yourself in yoga, the practice of spiritual union with the universal power, the absolute wisdom, the eternal verity. The consciousness ascends through the 6 centers marked on the yogic staff. Yoga Danda, in the center of the circle, and then watch what happens. The lotus of the heart blooms, the petals unfold, the fragrance permeates the universe, and rays of the sun are inhaled, and, as you see represented here, the splendor of the Atma, the unsullied effulgence, Atma Jyoti, illumines you and everything else in one all-embracing flame. Contemplate on this symbol. Make it alive in your consciousness. That is what I mean when I tell you to hoist the flag on your mind. You will find it highly beneficial. When this flag waves happily with the wind on the Nilayam, it must also wave happily on your consciousness, calling you to further effort and further spiritual effort. It is not mere intense devotion that I want. I want action motivated by devotion. Throw off all your present responsibilities and take up this new responsibility of saving yourself. Then you will have discharged your duty smoothly and to your satisfaction. Prashanti Nilayam, 1962, September 29th. Know that the basic reality is God, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Become aware of it and stay in that awareness always. Whatever the stress and the storm, do not waver from that faith. Or you can earn that awareness by reminding yourself of it with every breath of yours. How can you so remind yourselves, you may ask? By means of any one of His names, any name that is fragrant with divine perfume, any name that is reminiscent of His beauty, His grace and His power. Sathya Sai Baba.